Double Speed AI, a startup bulk content creation service. By the way, headache warning. By the time I'm finished talking, you will have at least the beginnings of a migraine. So stay tuned. Double Speed AI, a startup bulk content creation service, has received a $1 million investment from A16Z, aka Andreessen Horowitz, the venture capital firm founded by Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz in 2009. The startup operates a phone farm that lets its customers orchestrate actions on thousands of social accounts through both bulk content creation and deployment through instrumented human action. That seems to be a wordy way of saying that the company's phone bots mimic human interactions on physical devices in order to trick the increasingly AI-powered content moderation that is employed by social platforms. Which seems like a wordy way to say that they use actual phones rather than virtualized hardware, connected to cellular networks rather than connected to a data center, and then they use, a robot finger essentially to operate the phone in such a way that it is indistinguishable from a human operating the phone to get past any kind of spam prevention that would be put in place by the platforms, which is a wordy way of saying they buy phone, robot arm, touch, seem like human.
Might not even really be arm.
It might, it might not. The
Could
point,
just be a pokey thing that goes, eh.
Yeah, the point is just that by operating the device, kind of like aimbots or cheating mechanisms that rather than being software are hardware. So where you actually, have your mouse on an XY, robot of some sort that moves it. That would be impossible for any kind of anti-cheat to detect if you had like a separate computer monitoring the video feed and using machine vision to look for opponents, for instance. So this is basically the phone bot farm spam content version of that kind of aimbot, if that makes sense. Clients will pay between $1,500 and $7,500 a month to use the phone farm, which can even DM users based on their public comments, saying things like...
One quick sec. Do you know that it's robot?
No.
Oh.
It probably isn't.
Why do you say all that?
Oh, because basically the idea is that by using a physical device and some means of inputting as closely as how a human would do it as possible, it will be impossible to track.
Oh, yeah, but
I suspect, sorry, I should have clarified this. In the longer term, they may go that far as to physically interact with the screens. For now, they probably don't have to, especially if they're using Android.
So this was shared in Floatplane chat and is my understanding of how these places usually tend to look.
There you
go. Just a bunch of phones. Some of them don't even have screens.
Pretty wild,
cares? And it is what it is.
Yep.
Just tons and tons and tons and tons of phones.
Phones for days.
That's where your fake internet comes from.
Yep. Dead internet theory, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I should have clarified that it's not necessary today, but what I suspect is that over time their spam prevention will get more sophisticated, and they'll start to implement, patterns of tracking your behavior, where if all of your inputs are, too precise, or if they're not inconsistent enough, they might be able to detect the patterns in this kind of software managed screenless device. I don't know that for sure.
There might be
though.
other ways to detect it. Are You a Robot boxes have been effectively fake for a very long time.
10 years now?
Yeah, those don't matter at all. But there might be other ways, like rooted into the operating system or something. I don't know. But in those cases, you can almost certainly just get around it pretty easily, to be honest. I don't know.
So yeah, clients pay between $1,500 and $7,500 a month to use the phone farm, which can even DM users based on their public comments saying things like, "Sorry to hear you're experiencing X. You should try Y." Apparently it works. Doublespeed co-founder Zuhair Lakhani, claimed on Twitter that out of 130 DMs that were sent in one campaign, 15 pointed to a conversion. Of course, he is a Doublespeed co-founder, so he would say that it's really, really great.
Yeah.
He went on to post a vision for the future of social agents, asking, why doesn't Simba from The Lion King have an Instagram account where he posts, engages in comments, and gets added to group chats? The code, because it's all fake.
Simba's gonna convince someone to unalive themselves. That's why.
The code running the service is also at least partially AI generated, with Lakhani writing, "Cloud Code is truly our third co-founder." It's worth noting that pretty much all of this is already against the terms of service on multiple top social media platforms. Meta, for instance, prohibits posting, sharing, or engaging content at high frequencies, and specifically disallows selling, buying, or exchanging for engagements such as likes, shares, views, follows, clicks, use of specific hashtags, etc. It's been increasingly unclear, though, if any of these platforms are actually interested in enforcing any of these policies. So yeah. Thoughts?
Cool. It feels like in a lot of ways to me that some of these efforts, I have. This is probably tinfoil hat, just to be very clear. I'm prepping everyone. This is probably tinfoil hat, but it feels like to me some of these efforts are pointed in order to make the free and open internet bad.
Oh, wow. We are getting into tinfoil hat territory.
I'm telling you, I am fully accepting that this is tinfoil hat stuff. But there's just been so much stuff lately that is directly targeted at severely worsening the experience of free and open platforms.
You are assuming that our lizard overlords have the self-awareness to know that they are making it bad. I think you're giving them an awful lot of credit that has not been earned.
Maybe.
Do you think Elon Musk, for instance, thinks that he has made Twitter worse or better?
I do wonder. There's no way he wouldn't say better, but I do wonder, because there's like undoubtedly more bots on it now than there was before.
Do you think that he thinks Grokpedia is better than Wikipedia or worse?
He might think it's better. He might actually think that's better.
Do you think that Zuckerberg thinks that Facebook is better?
Zuckerberg probably does not think Facebook is better, but is very happy about looting everyone.
Okay.
Very heavily. I feel like Zuck is a little bit more aware.
Does that make it better or worse?
Maybe worse.